living in Sweden. I'm the target of a secret state persecution program called gang stalking, and it's very similar to this reception program German government had. This program is not just designed the gang stalking program to surveil people. It's a war. They work to target you both physically and psychologically. And it's slow murder. Gang stalking on tornadoes is slow murder. They work to destroy your life, target your mind and body until you die from the targeting. Or they can fast murder you. I've had murder attempts try to make me have accidents, I've been poisoned, I've been shot like with a dart gun, so on and so forth. So I'm a targeted video talk with a secret persecution program called gang stalking. Gang stalking exists in America and in Sweden. And it doesn't matter if it's the left or the right that runs the government. The deep state controls the government from behind the scenes. I've been active on a forum, flashback forum, writing in a thread about gang stalking videos. And I'm called Mike89 there. Okay, this is my flashback handle, Mike89, if I remember right. I think Mike89. And there's a thread there on gang stalking in Sweden. And there's mostly, I might be the only real TI active in the forum, in the thread. And I've seen a lot of agents in there, crazy talkers and fake skeptics. So the program employs both fake skeptics, paid skeptics that have a job to show up in forums, talk about this, be like, yeah, you're all nuts, you're crazy parents, you're afraid you need help, need to be in a psych ward. So there's like fake skeptics, a few real skeptics. And then there's a lot of paid fake thought videos. And I've seen a lot of fake thought videos that they work to control perception management. So the program works to perception manage people, meaning they work to control the narrative, because the truth is getting out a little bit here and there about gang stalking. So they need to try to control the narrative, and they do that by having fake thought videos. It's a big part of how they work to cover up gang stalking, this conspiracy. And most online TIs talk about this. So-called TIs are fakes, work for the program, paid fakes. And most fake TIs will engage in one form of crazy talk or another, which means the simple tactic that you have to understand, if you're a TI or not, is online information about gang stalk is tightly controlled, and it's controlled position. So most people talk about this, post about this, are controlled position agents. Most online TIs, so-called, are fake talk videos, paid fake crazy talkers. So most online so-called talk videos are fakes, counterintelligence agents, and people have perception management. So if I talk about people being agents, people being counterintelligence agents, they've been conditioned by Hollywood to think it's going to be like James Bond with a martini stirred with a tuxedo and driving a Ferrari or something like this. No, it's like more likely the person in your neighborhood as a government agent is a local crackhead, or the loser incel who's got mental problems and gets a job with the government to harass people and be a stalker, a fly monkey for the deep state persecution program. So there's more people that are like riffraff, alcoholic, losers that work for the program, either to target videos as a stalker, gang stalker so-called, a so-called perp, or working as a fake TI online. There's more people that are like low status riffraff people. So to get away from this, like if somebody's a government agent, it's like James Bond. They condition people's perception to it. A lot of people, if I say this person is a government agent, they go, yeah, this is the work for the CIA. Okay. So anyways, upon gang stalking videos is real. What is gang stalking? It's a secret program, a secret persecution program, reminiscent of the Sursetson program that the German government had in the 70s and 80s. The former head of the Los Angeles FBI, Ted Gunderson, confirmed in sworn affidavit the government gang stalking videos is real. He was a government whistleblower, and he confirmed what I'm saying is real. That gang stalking videos is real nationwide, and he talked about like basic facts about targets. It's a program working to surveil, spy on, harass, and target videos both physically and psychologically. And he became a target himself. was poisoned and attacked in different ways. So gang stalking is real. If you want to understand gang stalking, it can be helpful to look at the Wikipedia article on Sursetson, and that covers a big part of the targeting that modern contemporary target videos get. So, gang stalking is not a program designed to just harass or just to surveil people. It's to target a person. Hence, target individual. Not target with spying. You target with targeting tactics. So, targets. It's a war. It's a covert war that's being waged on you. They work to destroy the target's life. They target your body and your mind. So psychological warfare is a big part of it. It's called gang stalking. Now the average Christian needs to learn from me because the average Christian, the average person is like speaking to little children, where it's very frustrating. It's like they lack fundamental knowledge and they're like not sharp. It's like the average person, I have a genius level IQ, okay? And that's why God has been able to use me more than other people because I'm not mentally weak like most people are. And most people are not born with genes that manifest the genius level IQ to begin with, and then they live a lifestyle that's designed to dumb you down, and they get dumb over time. Nice point. It boils down to the will. So somebody with a mediocre IQ, like sub 95, if they want to know the truth, they have a love for the truth, and they skew evil. They don't like evil. It's like you don't have to be a genius to be able to find the truth and to be able to not fall for deception. The most important thing is having the will. Okay. So anyways, the point. The gang stalking persecution program that I'm taught about in Sweden. I live in Oxelösund, Sweden. Okay. So, and I'm 36 years old, born 89. So I'm working to like breadcrumb, leave little traces in case the government gets me into psych ward and assassinates me, they make me have an accident, or he unalived himself in there, or whatever, okay? Or an inmate shanked him, okay? It was a deep state guy. I'm leaving. I like to leave little breadcrumbs to in case somebody said, "What happened to that Mike SAHA guy?" And they start Googling. It make it easy to figure out if they have some more details, what city I live in, what year I was born, things like this. And it's happened a few times where somebody that I was keeping an eye on disappears off YouTube, and I'm left to wonder what happened to them. And I go research in Google. Mother Richard would be one example, a pastor who's a heretic, an Armenian, and he might be saved. I'm not Jack Smack. One of Jack Smack's errors is that he acts like the Pope of YouTube, where it's like this person's lost 100%, which is ridiculous. Even Ed can see how Jack Smack is wrong on this. Like this silly, ridiculous garbage that Jack Smack does, where it's like, this guy's lost 100%. 100%. As if like he's God himself has the book of life, which is heretical, is the issue. And then he tried to get himself to be like, set himself up to be an authority. And I can tell he's trying to get people to prove to him that they're saying, I don't need to prove anything to you, a guy who's a heretic that doesn't know what the gospel is, been corrupted the gospel. I'm a person that's been sharing and contending for the real gospel all these years, and you're a guy that doesn't know what the gospel is and been teaching a crossless gospel. So you're a false gospel giving heretic. Okay, you've been giving a false gospel on and off and on and off. So it's like, why would I care about? But it's like I don't base my assurance based off of if other Christians think I'm a real Christian or not. Nobody should base their assurance based on what other people think. I don't base my assurance based off of if this guy thinks I'm saved or not, this guy thinks I'm not, this guy thinks I'm saved, this guy thinks I'm not. That's kind of like the Catholic system. You don't get your assurance from your pastor, the Pope. The Catholic might be like, well, if you deconfess, you're in trouble. You're not going to heaven. It's like, wow, this guy doesn't think I'm going to heaven. So, okay. The issue is, true faith is, you have your assurance. It's internal. You don't base your assurance on external factors. Okay, you base your assurance based off of what you have believed, past tense, and what you currently believe. Okay, so a moment of faith in the gospel gets somebody to say that they stay saved. So faith on all sides. Now it's a point. I got a little bit sidetracked. It's like a sidebar. I'm not intending to make this a sermon. It's like the issue here is I talk about gang stalkathon videos. So gang stalkathon videos is real. Government gang stalkathon videos. There is a program called gang stalkathon videos, and it's reminiscent of the Sursetson program Count had. So if you want to understand gang stalking, you can listen to me And you can look at the resources that are referenced, like this Rosetta article on Wikipedia. And that covers like a good 25-50% or so of the targeting. So if you want to understand the gang stalking persecution point on target with other people in America and other places, you look at this Rosetta on Wikipedia. And it was a government program. Now, it's not, I've heard one of these people that have targeted me online, Swedish YouTuber. He was live recently, I was listening to this video, and he was talking about this program, gang stalking. It looks like it's under perception management. And I've heard him teach before. He's like, yeah, gang stalking happens to people who receive disabilities, people that are mad because targets are receiving, uh, using taxpayer money. Yeah, the illogical, and I can disprove and destroy that. So it's like the argument that, well, you're targeted, it always perception match. Like, somehow it's a target's fault. It's like because they're collecting disability or uh, something like this. That's why they targeted. No, I started being targeted before I started receiving disability. Before I got diagnosed with autism, I was targeted with video. Okay, but target is ramped up over time, and it can be if you have diagnosis, it can help them to discredit you. Like if you have an autism diagnosis, it can make it a little bit easier for them to go, well, this guy is just, no, it's like anything that you have diagnosed, if that's bipolar depression or an anxiety disorder or ADHD or autism, it can help them to kind of discredit you. So, anyways, the point. So yeah, I've heard people say that their mouthpiece for the program. I worked at perception that, well, yeah, the people are targeted because they receive disability money, and the government is mad, and people are mad because they didn't live off of taxpayer money. That's illogical because the targeting cost $10,000 at least a month. Okay, there's gonna be 1 million Swedish crowns, like $100,000 per year. Modest or something, at least $100,000 per year. Modest, okay, like underestimating it. There's gonna be at least ten $10,000, 100,000 Swedish crowns per month spent on targeting me every month here in Sweden. At least 100,000 from the gas money in the vehicular stalkers. If I go to another city, take a cab, somewhere this, or I go in a car to another city, I'm gonna encounter like a lot of cars that are in on the target. They get sent to where I am. There's people that are paid hourly to show up and stalk me in the supermarket. See if I put up. So there's at least 100,000 Swedish crowns per month wasted, spent on targeting me for the program. And I receive uh, around 10,000 Swedish crowns per month in disability. 10,000 crowns. So it's like that I just destroyed the argument. It's like, yeah, they're mad because Mike is collecting 10,000 crowns a month in disability. So we're spending 100,000 crowns to target because we're mad about him wasting taxpayer money. So Mike is collecting 10,000 crowns taxpayer money a month, which is like around $1,000 on disability. So let's spend 100,000 crowns a month to target him because we're mad about him wasting taxpayer money. So let's spend 10 times as much taxpayer money per month to target him. As long as he keeps to receiving. This doesn't make sense. So anyways, the point. Gang Soccerton videos, it's a deep state persecution program. I'm like Alex Jones. I'm targeted extra hard because I'm more influential than other people and I'm dangerous. And what makes me dangerous to the deep state is the knowledge that I have and the qualities and traits that I possess that makes a person know what I know, which is dangerous in of itself, more dangerous. Okay. So anyway, here's the point. It's like, and it's like, I've made videos teaching the truth of the world system that the deep state doesn't want people to know. The deep state Illuminati. Okay, I've decoded Hollywood movies showing a hidden in plain view foreshadow the 9/11 attacks. We got one that can see. The They Live movie references this persecution program. That's another thing about reality most people are blind to. That there's hidden in plain view truth in pop culture. So if the Illuminati have something going on, something major, they will tell on themselves. They will like work in little hints. They will hide in plain view their agenda. So I boiled this down. If the Illuminati, this is the MO, if the Illuminati are doing something of major negative impact or major destructive consequence, or if they are planning to, they will hide hints about it in pop culture. So before they did 9/11, they wrote little hints about the coming 9/11 attacks in Hollywood movies before they made them happen. There's references in movies to this persecution program, Control Factor, okay, with a CIA dot gun. This is how many steps the mental man has left and so forth. The Daily movie. We got what I can see, guy gets targeted and he gets stalked. Even the Matrix movie references this program, at least in part. It is a persecution program where people are agents of the system gets put up the target ship. So that's another part of reality most people are blind to. They're okay, not the average person is like a little child. But unfortunately for me, it's like being the guy in the Idiocracy movie. Not sure. Okay, that's what my life is like. Where my testosterone IQ levels contrast to the average man, it's like the difference between a 4-year-old man and his 12-year-old boy's son. Okay, in terms of competence, knowledge, IQ, and testosterone. So, government gang talk on wheels is real. It's real. Government gang talk on wheels is real. It's a real program, and it exists both in America and Sweden. And how do they cover this up? How do they keep this? Why do I call it secret persecution program? Because most people, if they watch this video, they might not have heard about it before. It's not something that, yeah, everybody knows there's a program like that, targeting people. So it's secret. Most people don't believe, they don't know that it exists. They don't believe it exists. So, Gang Stalkathon Videos is a secret persecution program, state-sanctioned, sponsored persecution program, which means the government is involved. The police force will be involved in harassing and targeting videos. And it's not that it's just the healthcare system. The deep state controls this world from behind the scenes. It doesn't matter if it's Republicans or Democrats, left or right wing control the government right now. The deep state control the world from behind the scenes. So there's a reason why gang stalking wasn't exposed by the Trump administration or the Biden administration. Because it doesn't matter, they still answer the deep state. And the deep state has the secret persecution program. So, gang stalking wheels is real. I've been taught for more than a decade. And despite intense persecution, not only have I been surviving but thriving. I'm in better shape and stronger mentally and physically than the average man is 36 years old. Despite a multi-year intense persecution program working to target me physically and psychologically and sabotage every aspect of my life, from finances to health and everything else. So I credit God with my ability to endure intense persecution and remain strong despite it. So I've been thriving, not just surviving. So yeah, how does the gang stalking program cover up gang stalking? By controlling online information and conversation about this. So if I would open up a Reddit thread, gang stalking is real, okay? And then like a short list what it is. Gang stalking, this is what they do to you, this is what they don't. The government will send counterintelligence agent, fake skeptics, paid skeptics, be like, you're crazy, you need to be in a psych ward. And then they send in paid fake TIs. It could be the same person with different accounts playing both sides of the fence. They will send in people to go, yeah, Mike, gang stalkers, I'm a TI. They put a chip in my brain, beaming voices into my head, and the earth is flat, and space reptilians control us all, something like this. You see, this type of stuff. So it's intended to perception manage people that come across my thread, being a real TI speaking the truth about the Torah, not about the facts, man. Be like, whoa, okay. It's like, oh, a lot of these people, the people that I see talk about gang stalk claim to be targeted. They're obviously paranoid schizophrenics that have auditory visual hallucinations, believe the government put a chip in the brain type people, and they believe the attack was satellites in outer space. Okay, see, so it works. It works. So, gang stalkathon videos is a real phenomena. And Ted Gunderson, former head of Los Angeles FBI, confirmed his own affidavit that gang stalkathon videos is real. He became Todd himself. So, the deep state control this world, the Illuminati. They control this world from behind the scenes. And they were targeting me for, they've been targeting me for many years. They've been targeting me for many years. So what happened before my target started is I got a letter in the mail from a relative in the Satanic Secret Society, the Oddfellows, trying to control my life, like nudge. And I ripped it up and threw it in the trash, the letter, and the target started right after that. That might have been the Illuminati's last attempt at controlling me. And if they can't control, they work to destroy a lot of times. So, um, and that's the truth. Meaning, what happened to me before I became a tornado, before the targeting started, like obviously, I got a letter in the mail from a relative in the secret society, the Oddfellow Secret Society, which is like a branch offshoot to the Freemasons. Okay, I actually wrote a researcher, Fritz Springmeier, and asked him about like the Oddfellows, because he's a guy he's like specialized writing books, and he used to do a prophecy circle on YouTube back in the day. Uh, Teach about secret societies, the Illuminati, bloodlines of the Illuminati, and the agenda 600. So he used to have a Facebook group, and a Facebook page, Facebook group, and posting about the Illuminati, about articles into this. And I wanted to DM him like, hey, I'd like to ask about the Oddfellows. I want to know about them. And he wrote back, and it's like this is not something secret, but it's like this is not like his talk about what he had for lunch and stuff like this. It's like I asked a researcher and his opinion. Here's what he said. And he wrote, well, it's pretty much like a sister organization to Freemasons. Okay, they're similar. And a lot of people, like some people, start out being Freemason, rise through the ranks, and then later on they join the Oddfellows after Freemasonry. Okay, so uh, what happened before I became a Torah starter is I got a letter where a secret society member trying to control me. Okay, and be like, now it's time for you to show what you're made of, to get back to starting with school. They want to get you back into systems so they can start working. I can see how they work to manipulate people. So before they started work to target me, they worked to manipulate me and control my life. Okay, so it's like, here's how it works. The deep state, it's not just targeting videos. The deep state have plans all over society. Every school, they're gonna have at least one teacher, principal. They're gonna have people in every school that's agents of the deep state. Every major workplace, they're gonna have agents there, at least one agent. Every library, they're gonna have a person working there. Every hospital, they're gonna have at least one person, nurse and or doctor, more than one, in each category. That's an agent. So if there's somebody like me that goes to the hospital, they can receive purpose and correct medical treatment. Oh, Mike went to the hospital and the surgeon nicked his neck nerve and he died on the operating table. Oh, okay. What? Okay. Do you understand? If they need to take somebody out, they have people in society, dentists, doctors, police officers, and that's just one of the things. Where it's like if they need to take somebody out, it becomes a problem. It's like, let's say somebody's writing a book, a whistleblower book, a government whistleblower, like Snowden or somebody, start writing a book on the laptop about, and they get ready to release it. It's like he's gonna go to a hospital or a dentist before he can finish the book. He's gonna, so this is just like this. They have so many ways to like take somebody out, understand, and manipulate people. So what happened before I became a Tornado? I got a letter made from a secret society member, relative. He's been active in my life since I was a child, and it boils down to trying to control me, like trying to manipulate me and be like, "Now here's going this direction. You should be doing this." And at the time, the reason I like to rip it up and threw it in the trash is, first of all, I'm not a guy. I'm a leader, not a follower. Okay. Secondly, it was like an insult because I was having raging PTSD, CPTSD, brain inflammation, undiagnosed autism at this point. I was working to just cope with daily life, just maintaining basic stuff like my hygiene and cleaning my home and being able to go outside without like having panic attacks from social anxiety and agoraphobia to do my shopping all that. And then it's like, now you need to, it's time for you short. You gotta start studying or go back to school or get a job or something like this. When I was like struggling just to be able to like survive and get up on bed and brush my teeth and take a shower and clean at home and be able to go shopping, to spend an hour out in public shopping with the debilitating social anxiety that I had. It's like, not so I already like having, it's too much already, okay? And it's like now it's like you should show what you made. You need to get back to school studying. And the reason that I quit, drop out of high school, considered a fool because I dropped out of high school, uh, second out of third trimester or semester, whatever it's called, is because I had debilitating social anxiety, undiagnosed autism. So I would be having like cold sweats, extreme anxiety from just public transport. So I hit a wall. It's like people get burned out. This so-called autistic burnout. So basically, I hit a wall where I couldn't do it anymore. Too much stress, just from like getting up, sleep. Like okay, a lot of times my sleep has been since being a teenager. I haven't had like stable sleep. It has to be like a month where like reliably go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time, get hours of sleep. It's okay, and I used to have extreme social anxiety, agoraphobia, general anxiety, and social anxiety. So I'd be like any social interaction, like talking to people on the phone or in the flesh, going to school. There's a lot of people. It'd be extremely stressful for me, and I started having harder and harder time coping with it. And eventually, it's like I hit a wall, had a burnout, and I just quit in second year. And in hindsight, I know what I know. It's like, oh yeah, that was an autistic burnout. Okay, so uh, this secret society member relative has been in my life since childhood. He sends me a letter that like tells me what I'm dealing with, like PTSD, CPTSD, like whatever, all the issues I got going on, autism, and I'm working just to like survive. I'm in survival mode, and it's like really hard for me to be able to go to the supermarket shopping because there's so much social anxiety and agoraphobia and stuff. And it's like, oh, now you need to show what you made. Okay, go get back to school, start work, get a job or something like this. It's like you're out of touch. It's like so out of touch. Okay. Anyway, here's the point. So that's what happened before I became a toddler below. That's time of event. What happened before the toddler started is like a last ditch attempt, I interpret as. Got a letter in the mail from a secret society member trying to like control me or that's my interpretation of it. It looks like they're trying to control me and steer me and be like, hey, here's what you should be doing with your life. So do you understand? If the deep state, secret society, there's a secret society connection to gang stalking. If the deep state wanted, you know what we want, because like the micromanage and control everybody, control freaks. You know what we want Mike to be we want him to be like a PhD teaching evolution or something like this. Okay, let's say the deep state. Yeah, we can have him as part of the SEAL brigade, part of the system and work for us. We want it to be a PhD who's lecturing on evolution or something like this. And it'd be like first tell this guy to start studying again, and there'd be somebody that's a principal maybe at the school who'll be like, oh, there's a job open up to teach evolution at night here in the university so far this. And do you understand? So they can control people, even without people knowing, to end up being who they want them to be. Now I'm a man of God. I have my destiny and my purpose. And I'm not a bitch made little slave bitch boy. I'm an alpha, I'm a leader. God made me to be a leader, not a follower. And I'm not here to submit or grovel to the deep state, to tyrants. Six sympathy on this. So the oppressed leader, whatever, here's the point. Alla jakt asked. So here's the point. I'm just throwing Larry quotes at it. I don't not necessarily know what all this means. Here's the point. I am a man made in the image of God. I'm not targeted for bad things I am or have done. I'm targeted for good things. Yeah, oddly, God suffered persecution. Before the persecution started, I became a Christian too. Okay. And things really changed internally and externally after becoming a Christian. Like the They Live movie. The They Live movie references this program, Hidden Believe Your Truth. God one that can see. Oh, you mean like I'm evidently the type of person that can see. I can see the hidden truth in Hollywood movies, see foreshadowing of crises inside this in pop culture. And I'm being told with a secret persecution program where if I go to the supermarket, just find monkeys that spying on me, harassing me in totally different ways. And that's just part of the target. The reference to this program. Part of the plot is at the beginning of it, the person that can see, and that's what I'm doing. See, he can see the surface level, obey, consume. But it's like he can see the deeper layers, like me watching No Country for Old movie or Django Unchained. Okay, oh, I can see the hidden beneath the surface level. The average person sees, oh, there's a main plot, there's a bad guy, good guy, gunfight here. And I can see, no, this guy symbolizes the deep state and that referencing this thing and teaching you this, and it's foreshadowed this out. Do you understand? So that's like being the daily guy that I still can see. And I'm a guy that stands out of how much I can see. See the truth in health fitness, see the truth in politics, see the truth in Hollywood, pop culture, this and that. So, and what happened to the They Live guy, part of the plot, after I realized this is referencing the type of person I am and the target that people like me can get, I watched it again and I was cooking and I was listening to my Bluetooth headphones. I had it playing the movie on my laptop, I think, on my phone. And part of the plot was like, it's like, oh, okay, the last puzzle piece. So it's like the guy is a guy who's being persecuted, taught with a secret point like I am, the refs in this program. He's a guy that can see. And what happened to him before he became a guy that can see and starts being persecuted by the powers to be? Okay, they control it all. See, he got saved. So part of the plot of the daily movies where it talks somebody like when I was a boy, my dad took me down to the lake, preached the gospel to him, I believe, and I got baptized in the lake after believing the gospel, stuff like this. That's part of the daily plot. So what happened to me before I was afflicted, when I said before I became persecuted, I was converted. So before the persecution program called gang stalking started, I became a Christian. And it's after that I started being able to see things for real. Like really starting to be able to see the truth in society, in the world system. So anyway, here's the point. You don't have to be a Christian to be targeted. I'd say most people taught about this persecution program or Sesetsun, a past persecution program, were not Christians. Okay, but something that can make it more likely you get targeted with this program is becoming a Christian. Okay, and I don't have to. You don't have to accept the spirit world to be real. There's somebody having a belief system that they're right with God, and if I get murdered, I'm going to heaven, can make them more fearless. And if they figure out some conspiracy, they're more willing to risk their life, hazard their life speaking out just because they believe that they're going to heaven. See? And somebody that believes that they're a Christian, believe the Bible, they're more likely to care about good and evil and be open to the evil forces that play in this world and figure out actual, like, nuts and bolt conspiracies. Okay? So you don't have to accept my belief system to understand or believe gang stalking, because gang stalking is a program, just like Susetsu was a program. Just like the mainstream media, this conspiracy is there. Okay? And it's going to be, well, these deep state people control the media and this and that to deceive the masses. Now the deeper level is going to be, and why do people do bad things? Because people are sinners. Okay? So that's the reason human beings do bad things. And if you really want to know the depth, the deepest level of human behavior, the human condition, why people do bad and good, it's like read the Bible. Okay? So, anyway, here's the point. I'm a persecuted Christian, taught video. I'm talking about seeking persecution for called gang stalking on videos. I've been taught for more than a decade. And gang stalking is real. It's not just surveillance. It's not just harassment. It's not just keep an eye on you. It's a persecution program. It's a war. They target you physically and psychologically. And I'm a veteran of this war. I've survived things most people would have died from. I've had several assassination attempts. I've been shot in the leg with a CIA heart attack gun or CIA dart gun, most likely something like that. You can search CIA dart gun. I believe I was hit in the leg with something like that. I've been sprayed with chemicals. This is not just harassment, surveillance. It's a physical war. I've been sprayed with poison chemicals that try to make me have accidents. I've been shot in the leg with a weapon, left permanent damage. More than 4 years after I got hit in the leg with some one of the perps, I still have a numb spot, permanent damage on my right leg. I believe that could have been an assassination attempt, like a dart gun, say a dart gun that failed to assassinate me. And I can go into my other videos not on YouTube about why I think the LD50 dose was reduced to be a sub-LD50 dose in my case. Because like, if that was an LD50 dose, I was administered IM, IV, like they shot me in the leg with a dart, like a CIA dart gun, okay, heart attack stroke gun. It's like, why did I survive it? But I ended up having like a bad leg, okay? I can get into that in other videos. But basically, I suspect that could have been assassination attempt. They've also tried to take me out, Swedish police officers. I believe analyzing an event that I had where I was outside walking, this unmarked tinted window car pull up on me, stop next to me, two guys kind of jump out and move towards me. I believe they were possibly trying to provoke a reaction that would justify them pulling the service weapons or shooting me or something like this. Okay? Because that's how you approach somebody if you want them to freak out and panic and think they're about to get attacked. Okay? Let's see. So, the Swedish police is involved in this. It's a state persecution program. Okay, so I like to throw microwaves in the machinery. So once more, I will do this, and this might become part of like the intro. I'm a total government gang talking. It's kind of like an intro. I would never underline myself. So if I go to a psych ward or prison or an arrest cell or uh, prison or a psych ward or whatever, and they told you I killed myself in there, they murdered me, I would never underline myself. I don't have that in me. That would have happened a long time ago if I did. Basically, if I become institutionalized and die in the institution, you cannot then murder me, no matter what they tell you. It's like they have ways to make your death look natural, an accident, or it's just somebody in there was mad at him and Michael got shanked in the back when he was tying shoes, so for this. And it wasn't that person put up by the deep state to do something. Or they can have doctors say, they poison your food. They can murder, make it look like a suicide, an accident, or natural causes like a health problem. They can lie. Okay, so I like to make it a little bit harder for them to be able to pull something right off without at least raising eyebrows by making saying things in this. So I'm a persecuted Christian told the video. And I'm targeted with a secret persecution book called Gang Stalking videos. And it's not just harassment. It's not to control bad people. It's like I'm better than the average Swedish person. I'm part of the solution. I'm the one person sharing the gospel in this city. Okay? I'm teaching the truth on how people raise their children in a way that hurts them. Okay? Yeah, I'm part of the solution mentally, physically, spiritually. So it's like rarely non-degenerate and a force for good in society. That's who's targeting, see. Because the society is like a cancer. It's a cancer cure. The cancer that's like the cancer cure. Okay. So the rare person in Sweden that's teaching the faith on gospel, saying there's a sin to be gay, being salt and light, speaking the truth, the Bible truth. So that's who you're talking. Somebody who knows more truth than the masses. And people are so mental that some people think that I'm crazy when they see my videos teaching, doing these decoys, not kind of forming with Django Unchained. Because you're so dumb that you see a genius actually like teaching the truth that's valuable. And because you're so dumb, you project your own mental illness. Be like, this guy's crazy. Okay, this guy's crazy because I can't keep up with him or something like this. So it's like, how people respond to light that's been shared with them says a lot about them. Okay, it's like a ping, like a sonar ping. I make a video, and I can tell by the response what people's hearts are like. See? So, anyway, gang stalking is real, and it's not just harassment. It's not something that happens to bad people. It's something that secret society members, like a Freemason that has a personal vendetta with somebody, they bite her, they can pull strings to get somebody targeted. You can get targeted for being a whistleblower. Somebody's a whistleblower can become targeted, like Ted Gunderson. Somebody get targeted for list of revenge. So targets can become targeted for being a whistleblower, for offending a person in power. And narcissists and psychopaths, not like you have to set the house on fire and like rape their mother 6 times and eat their dog or something like this. No, if I say just revenge, it can be a narcissistic injury where they could be hypersensitive, perceived insult and slights. So a narcissistic, psychopathic person in a secret society that's trying to control you, and you resist efforts to control it, can be enough to get a narcissistic injury and make them feel like taking vengeance on you, quote unquote. Okay, see, because they make you mad that they try to control you, and you resist the efforts to control you. See, it can be vengeance on you looking better than them. Like you're handsome and they used to be and they envy you. Be like, "Oh, this person is making me feel bad." Okay. So anyways, the point. I'm a persecuted Christian told me to talk about gang suckathon videos. I'm gonna do a last set of bicep hammer curls later on. Like that's gonna be the next one actually, or I can keep this going and finish up on that actually. We'll see what we do. So yeah, I'm a persecuted Christian told me Christian warrior. I've been enduring hardness. I definitely hardness against the Lord Jesus Christ. They all live godly in Christ Jesus to suffer persecution. In perils and deceived by the heathen of my countrymen. I've been in bonds. So here's the point. I'm a veteran. This is a bar. I'm a veteran. And I've been working to pass on the secret to success out of people. So they make it real hard for real TS to find me. So here's the simple truth. Beware of this. If you're a person that's starting to wake up to gang stalking, you're more likely for a person to woke up to 9/11 and like know that there's a deep state. That type of person is more likely to be able to understand that there's not a conspiracy called gang stalk. The deep state have a program where some people get put on the list and they get targeted. And the same people that work to target me as an individual, they're also agents that work to manipulate other people. Do you understand? Like if I go to a hospital and they have a nurse in there that's targeting me for the gang stalking project, or the person perking on me, they work for the program targeting me. The same person can also be used to manipulate you. See? They can also be used to do things to you that are not obviously like persecution. So they have agents all over society, the deep state. So the deep state control the masses by controlling the masses listen to, podcasters, influencers, the media, politicians, controlling Hollywood, the music industry. That's why I can show a force on the pandemic in both Hollywood movies and music videos. And they control individuals. They have some, but every major workplace there's an agent. And the same person that's taught the video, if the taught video shows up in the workplace, they can be used to manipulate other people. Like the deep state want this person to not get married right now, so have this agent be like, hey, I think you should wait. They're like, whatever the micromanaging control freak plots are. Okay. So I retain my freedom. Dangerous freedom. I prefer dangerous freedom to comfortable slavery. Okay. Now I preferred if it was the best of both worlds, so it was comfortable freedom. Okay. But you know what I like? I like being free. I'm being persecuted and targeted, but I maintain my freedom. I'd rather be like that than to sell out past. A lot of Christian ministry participating in gang stalking. To the Bible Church, Rafkin Gorman, Andy Woods, Brandon Holthouse, and others that told me for the program. And these people are not free. They're not free. They sold out. And that's not a winning game with losers. If you submit to Satan and follow the deep state satanic Illuminati, the worship Satan, you're not gonna be your best self. You're not gonna be blessed by God. You're not gonna be happy. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna have dog happiness. So despite all this persecution, I think I have more joy and happiness in life than the average Christian. It's like I see somebody like Robert Baker or this guy, ex-Catholics for Christ, another Illuminati agent, deep state, sellout Christian YouTuber. He comes across depressed, always low energy and fatigue, looking like he doesn't have a soul, like this. And he's all like tired and miserable. He comes off as being in a depressed state. It's like it's rare. I see other Christian YouTubers. I don't see the like minutes of joy and happiness. I believe I have more minutes of like joy and happiness fulfillment per month than the average person, and most Christians are not persecuted. See, so I haven't just been surviving. I've been thriving, and God has blessed me. God has blessed me, and yeah. So I'm a persecuted Christian, told in the video, told with persecution book called Gang Stalk and told in videos. Gang Stalk is real. I remember how they work to cover this up, make it hard for people to find people like me, real TS speaking truth about torment, and to Any talk about this, they will send their army of fake TIs in there to crazy talk. Okay, throw a lot of nuttiness on top. They also have fake TIs that have a job to present themselves as a T on YouTube and then crazy talk there. Yeah, I'm told we were told with satellites out of space. I got a brain chip implant. It's a space reptilian talking to me. And they attack with electronic direct energy weapons, since it is. See, so TIs, fake TIs will engage in crazy talk most of the time and identify two primary forms of crazy talk types. And any crazy talk I found, crazy talk agent, fake TI, counter-intelligence agent, crazy talker, real counter-intelligence agent, real crazy talker, fake TI, okay? The crazy talk will fall into one of these categories. Sometimes combination of both, technological, spiritual. So you have technological, tech crazy talks like Scott Snitzer, Catch and Hoarder, two examples. To be like, yeah, gang talk is real. They're reading your mind with satellites, okay? They're controlling your dreams with satellites, Scott Snitzer stuff. Or Catch and Hoarder, yeah, they're attacking with satellites, machine gunning with laser beams from outer space, spotted targeting. Tech crazy talk, see, intended to make people they Google this to be all these people are all nuts. People that claim to be targeted, they're mentally or crazy people that think they gotta put a chip in their brain, they're being radiated by satellites, something like this. Okay, that's tech crazy talk. Then you have the spiritual crazy talkers such as Ori the Seth Daniel, and others. Which are, yeah, gang stalking is not a boots on the ground conspiracy. It's where people are being recruited and then have a handler telling them what to do. No. That's easy to believe that's some Krishna. I mean, no, it's not that. Uh, it's a spiritual phenomenon. It's witches and witchcraft warlocks casting spells on you, and it's demons jumping into people, making them harass you, something like this. See, that will be spiritual crazy talk. Bring up the real issue, gang stalk and total videos, and then make it sound really crazy on earth about throwing disinformation on top of it. So, most online TIs active online are fakes. Most fake TIs will crazy talk, okay? And the crazy talk will be one of two categories, technological or spiritual. And it could be a combination of both. What Scott Snitzer was doing mostly tech and a little bit of new age with spiritual crazy talk. So it's possible some of this person organic portal simulation holograms or something like this, okay? That type of stuff. So beware the crazy talkers. So gang talk is real. Speak on the housetops, okay? Shout from the rooftops and have no fellowship now for the works of dogs, rather approve them. They turned rebuked and said, you know now what of spirit of the Son of Man did not come to destroy man's lives, but to save them. Went to another village. So I don't know what the matter he is higher regarded, and if you see the violent perversion of justice and judgment in the province, more not the matter. There is higher than they, something like this. Okay, so he the highest regarded, and there is higher than they. So God is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Now you don't want to have this crazy view where anything the government is doing is the hand of God. But that's some people do. It's like they rest the scriptures. Or like, yeah, whatever government says. So that's how they get a lot of Christians involved. Because the government comes to, hey, stop working for a secret program. And what they're doing is working to target a Christian brother for you do to your own, see. Like they live with the sellout. It's like they work for a program to destroy my life and slowly murder me until I die from the targeting. And like Joseph's brother, like get me entrapped, get me into slavery. And like Jesus, they work with authorities and work to get something on you to entrap you so they can get you in trouble. So I could teach a whole sermon on this for one or two. But for as much as judge yourself unworthy of quality leadership, lo, I spend my time doing private coaching to Christians I saw one over in Sweden. And I don't waste my time spending 3 hours working hard to teach something for the edification of the body of Christ. And I get 0 thank you comments, 0 amens, more unlikes than likes. And that's been the issue for years, okay? So if I go to God, I'd be excused at this point, see? It's like my mic, I have a minute. It's like nobody can mic. I've been out here teaching, and people are not interested. So I'm not going to put in that much effort to really be like kind and gentle, try, come on, the body of Christ, I'm here to help you. and make videos to edify. I've tried that and people aren't showing interest. They've been spitting in my face for doing that. So I'm more focused on doing what I find meaningful, which is fighting tyrants in the info war and reproving the wickedness of the average Christian. It's the reason I don't get support from other Christians because they're bad Christians. They're fearful, discernment lacking, love lies, they believe lies, they're ignorant, and they're envious, they're carnal. Okay. So anyway, that's the point. I haven't relied on support. I've had God in my life, and I've been able to endure extreme affliction, persecution. So all I've needed is God. God has been for me staying alive, and I've remained alive unto this day. But the power of God is massive before you hear today whole. Now, maybe it's like I'm amputated under the knees and I haven't just been showing it. So it's like, somebody's like, I have the whole package, okay? So by the power of God, I sit before you whole. So I'm gonna finish up. I'm a persecuted Christian told real talk with gang stalk told videos. Gang stalk is real. Most tears are not. And if you want to know the truth about this, watch my videos to learn and look at the Secession article. And also Ted Gunson confirmed gang stalk is real. So gang stalk is a war, a covert war. It's not harassment, it's not surveillance, it's a covert war. It's something that works to target a person mentally and physically, sabotage their life until they die from the target. So being targeted the way that I'm targeted, you're more likely statistically to die of a heart attack, stroke, have this health problem, age fast, things like this. Normally expected outcomes from targeting. Aging faster, being more likely to get cancer, heart attacks, strokes, from all the things that porn does to target you. From poisoning you with this and that to targeting with stress weapons, sabotaging finances, everything else. So it's basically being targeted in the weekly targeting, narcissistic abuse, harassment, psychological warfare, food poisoning, chemical weapons. You're more likely to die of like a normal health problem. Now the program has also murder target girls, made it look like a suicide or an accident or something like this before. So I'm gonna finish up. I'm a persecuted Christian told the video, and don't be surprised if you're gonna become persecuted. If you're a Christian and have heard me talk about this, you turn a blind eye to it. Okay. There's a Bible verse about you don't say anything about the guy being persecuted by them that are worse than him. I'm a saved Christian. The one soul winner in this city, King James Bible Faith on all says soul winner in this city. There are 10,000. And I'm being persecuted by the lost, wicked, reprobate people here that are watching porn, are lost, don't read the Bible, wicked persecutors. Okay? So don't be surprised that if you're a Christian and you turn a blind eye to other Christians being persecuted, and you're justified, but I'm choosing not to believe them. Don't be surprised God will let you have to go through some of the same things I've had to go through and sort of the target. Mental, physical health problems, things like this. What I've seen how God operates is through poetic justice, meaning the chastening. For example, Edward P.F. made a video helping this cancer program. This gang stalking was like a cancer. You wake up one day, there's a certain point where the target realizes the target was something. They learn it's called gang stalking, and they learn it's going to keep targeting until you die from it. So it's like a cancer. You're more likely to literally get cancer if you're on video than if you're not. And he makes a video helping this program, helping to cover it up, helping make it easy for them to be able to get away with murdering a Christian brother, persecuting him unto death, like a cancer. The program is a cancer. He makes you, this guy's crazy, stay away from him, isolate, discredit, helping the program. I'm not surprised that the same man has stopped making videos because he's dealing with cancer, destroying his life and his health. Like this boy's work to target my health and destroy my life. Marty Richard was another pastor that before he disappeared off YouTube started targeting me. He's one of those people I'll be listening to, Pastor Marty Richard, Peak, Indiana. Truth, hey, love is free. So, and I'll be one of those people I keep an eye on his channels. It's not that I only listen to people to make me feel good and I think are great, okay? There's people I keep an eye on And it's like I'm not weak, but it's like I can listen to deceive without being deceived, understand? Okay? I can listen to like Cavi every day, I don't. But I could start listening to like Legionnaire Ministries. I could listen to Calvinists every day, every day, every day, and it wouldn't like rub off me when I become a Calvinist. Okay? Modern Richard was a Scientific Glass here. I've been listening to him all the time. We always teaching Scientific Glass and make another video. Modern Richard Repute is teaching Scientific Glass. Okay? But it's like so a lot of Christians don't have the ability to listen to somebody without somebody's like a heretic, right, rubbing off on them. And it shouldn't be like that. So here's the point. Modern Riching, another pastor that started talking for the Gang Stalking program with narcissistic double abuse tactics, like subtle target tactics. And then it's like, this is something that's hard for people to understand, but basically it's like innuendos and subtle targeting. So they get YouTubers, it's YouTubers that target me. If I start listening to YouTuber and they subscribe to the channel, a lot of times the program will get the person to start using trigger words and communicate veiled threats or innuendos, gaslighting, different subtle psychological warfare tactics called narcissistic double abuse tactics. And more rituals on these people who did that, started doing that. And what is this program? Well, it's a lot of threats and groups of people harassing me, going after me. And a lot of like threats gonna come get you into this. And after Maurice started talking for this program, he made a video, unless he's lying, it was like, hey, something started happening. There's like groups of people are threatening to come get us and attack the fellowship and saying they're gonna hurt us into this. So it's like groups of people targeting Maurice with threats and other things of violence and harm. And it's affecting his life. Like the program you were working for has been doing to me, a Christian, before that started happening to you, the same thing. Only not the full targeting, but some of the like end user experience. Like part of the targeting is you will have things like groups of people targeting with threats and harassment and lies and slander and threatening to come get you and things like this. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Don't you, why you trolling like a bitch and you're tired? Okay? Don't you ever get tired to be little trolls to show up and play games in the chat and get blocked and get blocked and get blocked and get blocked and get blocked? This is the third person I blocked, I think. And a lot of the trolling I get online are cyber stalkers. A lot of trolling I get online are cyber stalkers. So anyways, the point, I gotta finish up. I'm not here to make friends, I'm here to make videos. Okay? I forget to turn off the chat sometimes. But you say, I'm not here to, I want to talk to people and be friends with this. Most people are not up to standard. I want nothing to do with the average person. What do you bring to the table? I'm handsome, multi-talented, a genius, cross-field competence. I know things that you need to learn from, okay? That you're missing out. So what did the average person bring to the table? Being ugly, mediocre, talentless, toxic, narcissistic, and hard to get along because they just push your buttons and being irky. So why would I put in the effort to deal with these like losers? Okay. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna finish up. Gang stalker tolerance is real, and they're worried about my influence. People that are more influential and more high powered are targeted harder. So I get more targeted because I'm more dangerous to the deep state on the individuals. And what they're worried about is they want to sabotage by triggering me in the chat and get me to crash out, sabotage my content, and they like to send people in here to perception manage people, say mics on drugs, stuff like this. To the perception manage people have my credibility, try to. But I always have the power to at will turn off the chat 100% to make videos and interrupt them. So apparently I don't feel like it's destroying every video reliably to have the chat open on them. Okay. So it's a bit of a video. I gotta go live right away. End this and start a new training stream. Finish up training. I still didn't eat since waking up. I do omlet fasting.